Good morning, everyone. It's Ziggy back again with Illicit for another episode of First Coast Storm Tracking. It's been a interesting past couple of days weather-wise. We're really finally starting to get into the June storm pattern. As of recording this, it is early morning on June 14th. The past 3 days have been a bit iffy in terms of us getting footage. We've gone through a couple changes, which you'll see in this video. We got access to some cheap microphones we can use. And we've also gotten some really nice footage. Though in the past couple days, we didn't get any good lightning footage since the June 10th storm. So what ended up happening when I was recording this footage is the audio came back like really blown out on the mics on some of the parts. So what I might do is this might be more of a general like commentary and me going over the events of the past couple days and showing a bit of footage as examples rather than like a video like the June 10th one, which was mostly a storm chase. That's also in part because we really didn't end up seeing anything too interesting other than some pretty nice straight line wind gusts when yesterday when we went to Wawa. But yeah, so this is going to be a general discussion, and also I guess I probably won't talk about it in this video, but I will say that when this goes up, I don't know if it will be up today, that there is a moderate risk for severe thunderstorms for the southeast. We're only in the marginal area, but I mean, even on normal days, like just the normal summertime thunderstorms can be pretty intense. So I mean, anything that comes our way, I'm sure it will be worth looking into. So yeah, I'm just going to start going over some radar imagery, some of the severe warnings that happened, some of the footage we got. I'll just give you a bit of a synopsis of what we've been doing the past couple days before hopefully today we have a pretty good weather day. So first up, I'm gonna actually talk about the storm on the 13th before the storm on the 11th, as backwards as that sounds, because I actually have more radar imagery. We were doing a lot of driving on the 11th. This one was more like we got to where we needed to be very quickly, and then we got to actually watch the storm. So it started off with, while there was a line of severe storms heading through southern Georgia, a line of storms with a special weather statement were issued or had issued on it was going through Union County, Duval, and as the outflow boundary pushed out, it was starting to develop thunderstorms further south. Now, as you can see where we were positioned, we weren't close enough to really be able to see these storms. So we decided to move up further into Middleburg, where we thought a new storm cell would develop. And I don't think I had another radar scan until once we got there, but you will see that a large, heavy rain cell formed from the outflow boundary. So, in between recording this, I had just an absolute massive brain idea. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should actually use my $15 a month subscription to RadarScope and like actually put it to use. And I remembered that I had archival radar data. So I went back to last night, and this is now the radar scan between 5 to 7 p.m., and this does a much better job illustrating the full picture of the storm. You get to see the approach of it, the cell that preceded it, and then the main cell that we were a part of around like the 6:30 to 6:50 time frame. The location data isn't on, obviously, because it's archival data, but we were just between, I'd say, a couple miles north of where you see Asbury Lake, and then a couple miles to the southwest of where you see Bel Air Meadowbrook Terrace. Something else I would like to note as a part of these recordings is, as you can see, as the storms continue to move on, they just put out a massive pulse of wind, being an outflow boundary, and as I will point out in a few screenshots I selected from this scan, it helped fuel the thunderstorms further and helped develop the storms into severe thunderstorms. First up, we have this scan from 623 that showed that much of these cells had special weather statements on them. It just goes to show it was overall a very volatile atmosphere, and it was only going to get stronger as time went on. Coming up here, we have at 643, you can't see the marker, but we were just on the southern tip of the storm. It was really hard to see lightning due to all the heavy rain. We were getting flashes, but we didn't get any strikes out of it, unfortunately. But it was definitely a very fun sight. And then here is the main squall line coming in behind it. Special weather statements stretched across like probably at least a dozen counties. The special weather statements near St. Augustine and into Duval County. And then lastly, as you see here, a mesoscale discussion was issued for the area. There was at least 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. Almost the entire First Coast coastline had special marine warnings. It was just overall a complete mess that night, and the storms actually managed to intensify long after they were done with us. Okay, recording this real quick because it was my fault that we didn't charge the camera, and literally like 20 seconds after the camera was going off, in the direction I'm looking right now, there was a pretty decent lightning strike. So, that kind of sucks a little. But, oh well. Just came to do our little outro. That was fun. Nice little impromptu thing, and it was nice getting some good wind footage. Yeah. That was the main thing I was happy about. So, sucks that we missed a strike, but, oh well. So, yeah. Just another nice and quick one out of the way. Alright, so like I said, the audio unfortunately got really messed up, so I'm leaving it muted for the sake of all of our eardrums. So, while I let you guys see some of what we recorded, I guess I'll explain what's gonna happen next. So, I believe it was on the night of June 11th, or it might have been June 12th. We've been, like, I'm losing track of the days. We've been having, like, near constant thunderstorms. Basically, we had a day where we were trying to drive out to go after a cell. We went a little far south of our hometown, and we were able to get some decent footage, but again, the audio is messed up. I'm still going to share some of the footage and maybe some of the audio to try, because, like, we were having, like, some talks about the weather and stuff. It was relevant. So, I'm gonna see what I can do there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just improv editing this video. I'm trying out a lot of new stuff lately, and I hope it works out. But yeah, so I'm gonna share some of the footage we got from that day. We ended up going south through Clay County into further south into Green Cove Springs, and we went to a different docking site than we usually do, and we got some pretty nice footage. There was a lot of thunder. That might actually pick up pretty decently on the camera mic, but we weren't really seeing a lot of lightning, though I'm actually going to go and try and pull back some radar data, because the storms ended up re-intensifying later on up into Duval and St. Johns County, causing trouble up there. Alright, so before I get to showing you the footage, let me give you a brief rundown of what happened. Around 4:30, I started noticing multiple small rain showers and individual thunderstorm cells in Marion County and in southern Clay County. This is something that very typically happens during the summer and is known as a multicellular thunderstorm or a multicellular thunderstorm complex or cluster, not to be confused with a mesoscale convective complex, which is something on a much bigger scale. This is usually just individual, not particularly severe thunderstorms usually, but they can be severe, especially in the summer. And so it looked like these storms were going to converge over Green Cove Springs with a lot of lightning. As you can see, the echo tops were very active. These storms were building, a lot of heavy rainfall. There was lightning with the echo tops. So we were like, all right, let's go after it. So we decided to get chasing. All right, we're going to be attempting to go after this storm just to the south of Penny Farms. Hello. I'm just using this to record right now. Storm did get a special weather statement on it, so the National Weather Service is keeping an eye on it. I don't know if it's going to be a severe storm, but we'll see. So this first shower might cause us a little bit of trouble, but oh well. So we're going to get moving, all right? Yep. By the time the showers came through where we were ending up setting up, they were relatively weak, but as I mentioned in the other part of the video, you will see that they really intensified as they went into Jacksonville and into northern St. Johns County. Like, I was kind of disappointed we didn't end up getting to see that, because we ended up just getting mostly rain, and we did a lot of driving, as you'll see in the video coming up in a second. But yeah, man, this was just a really crazy thing to watch. These storms can really evolve over time. I mean, look at all that lightning, and it ended up dropping 3 inches of rain on the west side of Jacksonville. Like, that is just ridiculous. Over that short period of time rolling on in. So the storms on the 11th didn't end up producing a lot of interesting weather conditions down in our part of Clay County, but this video right here is some of my favorite footage we've gotten so far. It was a sun shower, you could see the raindrops in it. It is absolutely beautiful, and that happens quite often in Florida with these scattered thunderstorms because they don't cover a lot of area. It's easy to be on the outer, like, bands of them, the outer skirts, where the sun shines through, and it's so beautiful. I'm going to put a few more clips in here. There was some funny moments that happened while we were driving, so, you know, why not throw them in here? Because, yeah, unfortunately the weather wasn't super interesting on the 11th, at least when we were chasing.
Think of it now. Yeah. Getting there. Yeah. I'm trying to remember, is this the route I used to, I think this is the route I used to take this. What the hell is this? More, dude. You're speeding. I'm speeding. They got a sniper for a radar.
Yeah, they do.
Huh. There we go. This looks like a spot we could have used if there was a place to pull off.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun. Uh-oh. Okay?
Yeah, I think we're alright.
Gotten splashed on a little bit.
Car's alright.
I'm sure. They get on the mic.
A couple drops, but it's not bad, honestly. Not more than it would have taken out there.
Alright, so to finish up, I got some time-lapse video here for you of the storm rolling away from us on the 11th that we got from the docks. It was a beautiful storm. But yeah, to summarize, this is a lot of what we can be expecting from our June-July pattern. Daily thunderstorms, sometimes severe, very humid. Oh god, the heat index yesterday was 107 degrees. It gives ample fuel to these storms to erupt and then continue to last for a very long time. This is what makes Florida's climatology very interesting when it comes to summertime storms. I can't wait to do more research, and I know the videos, quality-wise, are a little rough right now on this channel, but I promise they will improve. We're learning slowly from every good experience, from every bad experience we have, from, like, every mistake, every success we make, we're learning. So, I hope you stick with me, because I can't wait to find some, get some truly amazing footage from one of these storms.